Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for the feedback on the last video. Definitely let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see in particular moving forward. I did want to give you guys my experience of how it's been so far with the Pixel 8 Pro. Definitely has been a joy to use. The Pixel 8 Pro, in my experience so far, has really just been more on its refined experience from last year, right? So the Pixel 7 Pro was good, but it had overheating issues for me when I first got it. It was very choppy. This one, the design on the back of the matte black glass on the back feels so nice. Very premium feel in the hand. I love how now it's a flat screen on the front. Definitely a way better experience. The AI features of this phone as well have been phenomenal, right? This is truly the smartest phone of 2023. How they're using the Tensor G3 chip to go ahead and have AI integrated throughout the whole software is only going to get better, right, in the years to come. And the fact that they have 7 years of OS updates and Google updates is just mind-blowing to me. But the problem I have is, will this phone really last 7 years from a Tensor G3 performance standpoint? I think not, and I'll get into that a little further. Also, what I really do like are the call features. Call features on this device are great. So being able to call screening, for example, has been awesome, to where they've refined the voice on call screening so it sounds like an actual person. It's actually fooled some of my friends and family. They're like, who's your friend that answered the phone for you? And I was like, that is Google's call screening. So that's pretty cool, but scary at the same time. But going back to the Bard integration, so now you can say, Google, summarize this page in it has to be in Chrome, but Google summarize this page and it'll summarize it for you, which is super helpful to me, because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times I'll see an article, if they don't have it broken down with bold bullet points, oftentimes I'm just going to skip over that article. Now I can say summarize this and actually get a lot more out of that article than I would have from the get-go. The UI experience has been great. So opening, closing apps has been awesome. Just breezing through any Google-based app has been awesome as well. What I do not like about the Pixel, and my biggest gripe with it, is the in-app experience, right? With third-party apps is awful in my experience. So for example, if we pull up here, I'm gonna try to get it closer so you can see, but like, let's say for example, sports, right? Let's say we have NFL. Let's see if we can get this for you. Yeah, if you could see, so it's just so choppy, and that Tensor G3 chip just unfortunately cannot keep up with third-party apps. It can do its own apps pretty well, but you really see that performance start to lag when you pull up apps and app experience. So I'll show you, like, from an example for the HN2 experience on the Z Fold 5. This is going to be basically the exact same on the S23 Ultra, the S23 series. If we go to the same, it's just super buttery smooth. You're not really seeing any lags here. And this is on both the S23, S23 Ultra, and the Z Fold 5. So just to kind of pull it back up too, you can just see that choppy lag. And to me, that might not bother some people, right? If the phone experience is good, if it still does a good job with making phone calls, doing AI tasks, being able to do kind of some of those camera features that are really cool that the Pixel does. That might be the priority for you, right? My priority though, when it comes to a phone, 65% of probably what I value is making sure that device is smooth, it doesn't have any lags, the in-app experience as well, because most of the time, what I'm doing with a phone is gonna be in certain apps, right? It's gonna be that in-app experience. So that's a disappointment, right? Because I really love this device and love to use it. And I want it to be so good, but unfortunately, it's just not there yet. And for them to have 7 years is all great, but if they can't even deal with the apps now, there's no way they're gonna be able to deal with the apps 3, 4, 5 years from now with how those progress. So that's a little bit of a letdown. Same thing with the iPhone, right? The iPhone is pretty smooth. The one thing about the iPhone though, and even it doesn't compare to the Z Fold 5 or the S23 Ultra, is it's 120 hertz is not really 120 hertz, right? They tone that down a lot where it feels more like 80, 90 hertz. It almost feels like you're scrolling through sludge. Yes, it's smooth, but it's not going to its fullest potential, unfortunately. But yeah, so the battery life also, it has been worse than the Z Fold 5, which is a little bit of a letdown, especially with the big screen that the Z Fold 5 has. I'm assuming that some of it's machine learning and that's gonna get better over the next week or so with full-time use. So that I can't really touch on too much right now. But my conclusion for this device is if you have the 7 Pro and you really want the Pixel, yes, this is a much better phone than the Google 7 Pro. If you have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, Fold 5, S23 Ultra, S23, I really wouldn't go with this device if you prioritize in-app experience and smoothness because of the fact of how much it does lag, and you see that day in and day out, and it's gonna bug you every day. This bugs me every day because I notice it with apps that I normally use. Even, for example, let's see if it does it with YouTube, just so I can show you guys one more time. There we go. Yeah, so it's still, and even in its own app, right? Google owning YouTube, it still is kind of choppy. It's not as bad in YouTube as it is in other apps, but if you compare it to the Z Fold 5 is a lot smoother and a lot better, right? Where you can just notice it. So my day in and day experience, I'm gonna notice how this is not smoother and that's gonna bug me, right? And that's what causes me to come back to Samsung or go back to Apple compared to the Pixel. But the Pixel's fun. It's a great device. I think you'll like it if you do get it. Just keep that in mind. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. If you have the Pixel 8 Pro, what your experience has been. If you've noticed some of those in-app stutters and lags, definitely let me know. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.